In the heart of Las Vegas, a slot machine defies the odds. Jackpot after jackpot, triggered not by luck, but by code. Who rigged the system from the inside, and how did he almost get away with it? For years, one man exploited the very technology meant to protect casinos. He turned random chance into guaranteed wins, stealing hundreds of thousands from under the noses of security. This is the story of Ronald Dale Harris, the insider who cheated Vegas and exposed the fragility of fortune. To understand how Ronald Harris pulled off one of the most audacious scams in casino history, we must start with his role in the system he betrayed. Born in 1956, Harris was a brilliant engineer with a knack for electronics and programming. In the late 1980s, he joined the Nevada Gaming Control Board, the state's watchdog agency tasked with ensuring fair play in the gambling capital of the world. His job was straightforward yet critical. As a field technician in the enforcement division, Harris inspected slot machines across Nevada. Casinos relied on these devices for billions in revenue, but they were vulnerable to tampering. Harris's team used portable computers to connect directly to the machines, verifying that the software, stored on EPROM chips, generated truly random outcomes. These chips, essentially the brain of the slot, controlled everything from real spins to payouts. Harris had unrestricted access to the source code of major manufacturers like International Game Technology, IGT. He knew the algorithms inside out, but sometime around 1992, temptation took hold. Facing personal financial pressures, perhaps debts or a desire for more, Harris saw an opportunity. Why not use his knowledge to flip the script? He began experimenting in secret. Using his expertise, Harris developed a cheating program that could be installed during routine inspections. Here's how it worked. When he hooked his laptop to a slot machine, he didn't just check the EPROM, he reprogrammed it. The modified code remained dormant until activated by a specific sequence of coins, say 3 quarters followed by a nickel in a precise order. Then the machine would override its random number generator and force a jackpot. This wasn't crude mechanical tampering like the old coin-on-a-string tricks. It was sophisticated software manipulation. The altered EPROM ensured the payout looked legitimate, no alarms triggered, no patterns obvious to casino staff. Harris couldn't hit the machines himself without raising suspicion, so he recruited an accomplice, Reed Errol McNeil, a quiet, unassuming man with a gambling background. McNeil would enter the casino, locate the rigged slots, pre-identified by Harris, and play the exact sequence. Jackpots ranging from $10,000 to $50,000 would spill out. They targeted high-denomination machines in places like the MGM Grand, Caesars Palace, and smaller venues across the Strip, Reno, and Lake Tahoe. Over 2 years, they hit dozens of machines, amassing wins estimated at over $200,000. But Harris didn't stop at slots. Emboldened by success, he expanded his arsenal. He delved into Keno, a lottery-style game where players picked numbers and hoped for matches drawn by a computer. Using his access to gaming software, Harris cracked the source code for IGT's Keno systems. He wrote a predictive program that, when run on a hidden device, could forecast winning numbers with alarming accuracy. This tool required more risk. In Keno lounges, Harris or McNeil would input data from recent draws, and the program would spit out optimal picks. They tested it in Nevada, scoring smaller wins to avoid detection. The operation ran smoothly. Casinos chalked up the jackpots to luck, and the gaming board, Harris's employer, remained oblivious. Yet every scam has its cracks. Harris's first major twist came from overconfidence. By 1994, he had rigged machines in multiple jurisdictions, but he craved bigger scores. Slots and Keno in Nevada were lucrative, but the real prize lay eastward, in Atlantic City, where regulations were similar but oversight different. In January 1995, Harris and McNeil flew to New Jersey. Their target? Bally's Park Place Casino. Armed with the Keno source code stolen from his work, Harris had duplicated the processing chip. They planned to hit a $100,000 jackpot. McNeil bought 10 $10 tickets, each with 8 pre-calculated numbers. As the draw unfolded, they matched perfectly. The win was too perfect. Casino staff grew suspicious. A $100,000 Keno hit on minimal bets? They stalled payout, reviewing footage. McNeil's calm demeanor and lack of excitement raised red flags. Security detained him, and under questioning, the plot unraveled. A search revealed Harris nearby with incriminating devices, a laptop loaded with proprietary code. Back in Nevada, the Gaming Control Board launched a full investigation. Agents traced Harris's inspection logs to tampered machines. They found altered EPROMs in slots he'd checked months earlier. The scope was staggering. Dozens of rigs across the state, undetected for years because the cheat came from within. Harris had exploited a fundamental vulnerability, the human element in a high-tech world. His position granted him trust, tools, and time. But the twist deepened. Investigators uncovered that Harris hadn't acted alone in every hit. Whispers of additional accomplices surfaced, though never confirmed. More damning, his hacks exposed flaws in EPROM security, chips that were supposed to be tamper-proof but weren't against an insider. As the net closed, Harris went on the run briefly, but surrender was inevitable. The investigation revealed the meticulous planning, encrypted notes, burner phones, and divided spoils. McNeil took the fall first, but Harris's expertise made him the mastermind. Delving deeper into the method, let's break down the technical side. Slot machines in the 90s relied on pseudo-random number generators, PRNGs, seeded by time or inputs. Harris reverse-engineered these, identifying cycles where outcomes were predictable. For rigging, he'd burn new code onto replacement EPROMs, swapping them during inspections. The cheat mode activated only on his sequence, bypassing audits. In Keno, it was even bolder. The game's random draws used similar PRNGs. Harris's program simulated the algorithm, predicting draws based on seed values he gleaned from system access. He tested iterations in a home lab, refining until near certain. Obstacles arose. Casinos upgraded software sporadically, forcing Harris to adapt. One twist, a routine audit nearly caught a rigged machine when a jackpot hit prematurely. Harris remotely advised McNeil to abort, but the close call heightened paranoia. They spaced hits, rotated casinos, even used disguises. By mid-1994, greed pushed boundaries. Harris targeted progressive slots with linked jackpots, risking chain reactions. In Reno, a $40,000 win drew minor scrutiny, but they escaped. The operation's scale, spanning 3 years, multiple cities, demanded precision. Harris balanced his day job, inspecting the very machines he sabotaged. The discovery phase intensified post-Atlantic City. Nevada agents, betrayed by one of their own, tore through records. They interviewed casino techs who recalled Harris's unusual thoroughness. Forensic analysis of seized laptops revealed code fragments matching manufacturer originals, but twisted. A major breakthrough, matching jackpot timestamps to Harris's inspection schedules. Patterns emerged, wins clustered after his visits. McNeil's financials showed unexplained deposits. The duo had laundered through small bets, but paper trails lingered. Harris's downfall hinged on hubris. In Atlantic City, he underestimated cross-state vigilance. Bally's Keno system mirrored Nevada's, but their security was sharper on big wins. The $100,000 attempt was the overreach, a twist that cracked the facade. As arrests loomed, Harris confessed partially, downplaying scope. But evidence mounted. Recovered EPROMs, witness statements from casino staff who'd seen suspicious plays. The investigation uncovered broader vulnerabilities. Casinos assumed regulators were incorruptible, but Harris proved otherwise. His hacks forced a reckoning. How secure were digital games against those who built them? In the method's core, Harris's genius lay in subtlety. No violence, no tools left behind, just code, knowledge, and opportunity. Yet, every layer peeled revealed more. Harris had potentially rigged hundreds of machines, though only dozens confirmed. The true haul? Speculated at $500,000 or more, adjusted for inflation today over $1 million. The discovery wasn't just technical, it was psychological. How does one spot a wolf in sheep's clothing? As the case built, the final twist. Harris's program could have gone undetected forever if not for that East Coast greed. It highlighted gaming's evolution, from mechanical arms to code, ripe for digital deceit. In the end, Ronald Harris's empire of code crumbled. Arrested in 1995, he faced charges of cheating, theft, and computer fraud. After a lengthy trial, in 1998, a Reno judge sentenced him to 7 years in prison. He served 2 before parole, but his name was etched in Nevada's Black Book, permanently banned from casinos. Reed McNeil received a lighter sentence, cooperating with authorities. The duo's wins were clawed back where possible, though much vanished into anonymity. The fallout rippled through the industry. The Nevada Gaming Control Board overhauled procedures. 2-person inspections, encrypted software checks, and stricter access controls. EPROMs evolved to ROMs with better seals. Casinos invested millions in AI surveillance, monitoring for anomalous patterns. Broader implications? Harris's story exposed the double-edged sword of technology. In an era of digital everything, insiders pose the greatest threat. It questioned trust in regulators. Who watches the watchers? For society, it underscored gambling's illusions. Slots promised chance, but Harris showed how fragile that randomness is. His scam fueled debates on casino ethics, addiction, and the house's edge, now fortified against cheats, but still tilted. Human nature loomed large. Brilliant minds, when turned to deceit, can unravel systems. Harris, once a guardian, became the predator. Today, in 2026, Vegas thrives, its machines more secure, but echoes remain. New threats, cyber hacks, AI cheats emerge. Harris's legacy? A cautionary tale that innovation breeds vulnerability. Why does this matter? It reminds us, in the game of chance, the real rig is often hidden in plain sight. Ronald Harris rigged the unriggable, but in the end, the house always adapts. What other codes lurk unbroken?